Good evening, friends and foes. Pull up a chair, pop a cold one. It's time to get a tad belligerent. Let's get silly.
Alright guys, on today's episode, the boys talk about our recent shenanigans together. Ben hits up a nostalgic place. We also have belligerent beverages. You let us know. Probably not though. And then we obviously have a very important Tinsel Town Tangent where we talk about Jack Ryan, season 4. And then we also talk about Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. Hope you guys like it. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 121 of A Tad Belligerent. This is your boy, T.Wade.
Benjamin Augustus.
And DannyMatt.
That's right, the boys are back and better than ever. We had a very fun episode today. First off, we want to do a little recap. Ben had a little blast from the past today. Ben, what did you have going on today?
So I went to a place I haven't been to in quite a while.
For the record, none of us have.
I went there like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So I took some nephews there like 5 years ago.
Didn't know let nephews in a strip joint.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Well, that's what we're talking about, right?
Yes, of course.
Thunder Down Under? What?
Gold's clearly because he went to get checks. That's the only place he's going.
Well, never mind.
Anyway, I went to Port Discovery today.
Sick.
Oh, hey!
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah,
Port
walked in,
Discovery.
and then they were like, "Oh, you have to have a kid with you." So then I went and picked up my nephew.
Sir, please leave. He can't
Also, now we are way above the weight limit for any of the shit that we were on.
Yeah,
True.
No, I partook in almost all the activities
Oh,
there,
sick.
except of course, like climbing up to the giant, like 30-foot silver corkscrew slide.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like
And
the
I
fun
wasn't
shit.
doing some of the climbing stuff. Last time I was there, I did the climbing stuff, and like at the end of the Egyptian area where you pull yourself across on the little cart.
Yep.
It's been there since day one opening when
Yep.
we went. Still there now.
Mm-hmm.
And I started climbing up, and it's the square openings, but there's like a triangle, and it alternates, and you can climb up each time.
Yeah.
I got like 80% of the way up last time with my nephews, and I was like, I'm cramping. My brother's down there laughing his ass off. I'm like, I don't know if I can make it down.
Just go without me.
Just leave me. Go without me.
I'll slow you down. Just leave me.
Just give me the grenades to pull so I can flip the enemy behind us, as every other movie has everybody doing it.
Yes. So definitely skip that this time.
Okay.
But yeah, did like everything else. I went with my mom and my nephew Carter.
Sick.
Yeah, this is his first time away from his mother. Like for a prolonged
How'd he
period of
handle
time.
it?
He's doing awesome right now.
Okay.
Well, grandma's like his favorite person.
Sure.
She's there all the time.
How old is he?
He's turning 6 this year. So.
Oh.
The last time I was
6
at
years
Port
old,
Discovery.
Grandma is like the best person in the entire world.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last time I was at Port Discovery was walking past it to go to Power Plant. Actually, that's the last few times I've been to Port
We
Discovery.
walked in the Port Discovery, I'm like, oh, sweet, power plant's there. I'm like, that's where we celebrated your mom's 21st
Hey,
birthday.
that's the adult Port Discovery Power Plant.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So,
No, but really cool. Like, Carter had a blast doing everything there, man. They had like a little soccer field set up there with goals and everything, and all kinds of stuff. Great place to take your kids. Actually saw Ashley Valentine there.
Are you serious?
Yes, but I didn't realize it was her.
Shout out.
Shout out if you recognize me, but
because you listen to Ashley.
You changed it? You haven't changed a bit
she
since 6th
didn't
grade.
come up to me and say anything to me. I didn't realize it was her until she was like walking away from the little Royal Farm store that they have set up there. And she was walking away, and I was like, that's definitely Ashley. I was like, I'll see her in a minute. I can't just leave Carter. And then I guess she was leaving because I didn't see her throughout.
Yeah, she saw you and bolted.
I was like, oh, it's time to go. There's that pedo mustache. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Stay away from my kids.
I was gonna say the mustache
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
doesn't help you.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, we're just gonna recap. The last time I was in this area was when we went to Underground and we watched Michigan beat Ohio State by like 1,000
Why'd
points.
you have to bring that up, man? I brought up the pizza today. I did not say anything.
Man,
Kevin was with us.
I actually kind of blocked out the game.
We left at halftime,
Oh,
right?
we'll remind you.
Thanks.
You guys did. I stayed watching it. I was like, why would I leave?
Because it was a fucking...
But there's other games
Because
on.
Ohio
Like,
State,
you put on other
Ohio
games.
State was winning, and then they got blown.
Also, our server, if you don't recall, was kind of cute.
She was cute.
And I was making some moves.
Just
I don't remember. All I know was that fucking pizza.
The pizza was delicious.
Pizza was...
And we had Kevin with us, so it was a good time. It was a good time. So speaking of having Kevin with us and having good times, the boys had an event together this past weekend. We talked about it in a couple pods earlier, but I hosted a pool party with the boys and some of the ladies, and it was good because we also had some of the babies with us.
It was actually a nice turnout because any more and the pool would have been overcrowded if everyone would have gotten in.
I think so. I think it was a perfect amount.
I think it was a perfect amount.
We could have gone a few more because some
We
people
could
were
have
just
had
out
a few.
tanning and
A
everything.
few more, but not many
yeah,
more.
that was a good one.
Well, and it's funny because I'll be honest, I invited the Wolves and the Fields,
Yeah.
hoping that their whole squad was going to come.
Yeah.
But you're right, like if
That
they
pool would have
came,
been crazy with all the
I
boys.
would have felt bad.
With all the boys
Absolutely.
running around.
Yeah, and I would have felt bad for Penelope and Eve. So like, it was good for them to kind of have their moments like floating around without too much ruckus
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah, they enjoyed their time in the pool.
Yeah, but it was a good time, and one of us had a better time than others.
I got hammered.
First
First thing I did was freaking.
Dude, so I'm on the grill, I'm firing up, I'm cooking the meats. So Pat and Sarah were the first one to arrive. So once they arrived, I was like, all right, grill time. Because that's always kind of my mantra is once people arrive, let's start getting the hot food going. We're doing everything. Then Dan, you showed up a few people later, and first thing you do is you pop a beer and you fucking chugged it.
Yeah.
And I watched you do it. I go, it's gonna be one of them days.
I was like, yeah, I'm turning one on.
And you did.
You live really close to my house.
Yeah.
And I love getting hammered ass drunk at really, really close to my house because it means a really, really close skedoodle back to my house. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. No, and it was. And then even Ben and I maybe joked, maybe that skedoodle was a little too long, but you did make it back.
Oh, yeah. I made it back. And then I drove back to your house to try to get my phone.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
then back to my house after that.
Oh. Did you go in the backyard and everything?
Yep.
And nobody was there, obviously?
No one was there. I looked for my phone. I was like, fuck.
You didn't knock on the door to see if they
No,
had it
because I was
inside?
just like,
Because I would have told you right away Ben had it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, someone has it, or I'm going to see him anyway to record, because that was when we were still planning on recording
Mhm. The next
Sunday
Monday.
or Monday.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Came back, and then my mom was like, oh yeah, Ben dropped off your phone. I was like, sweet. Because I did not find it.
Yep, I just missed you. Literally, like, if I had left, so I went out to my car and then I forgot my sunglasses in the backyard, and I'd started the car up and drove down the street and was about to leave, and I put the car in reverse and came back to go get my sunglasses. And if that wouldn't have happened, I'd have caught you like right as you were getting into your car at your house.
No, well, so again, Dan kind of right away, it was go time.
Oh yeah.
And it was funny because everyone's kind of chilling, everyone's having a good time. But again, we've talked about when Dan gets drunk, he talks a lot faster. The eyes get more squinty because he's focusing.
One I can't see.
But you can't see. And then the actions get a little more belligerent, pun intended.
And then when he's like really there, he flat out just tells you,
I'm
"Hey,
drunk.
I'm drunk."
Yes. It's kind of like a precursor, like, nothing I can do now you can judge me on because I'm drunk.
Yeah, once Dan starts telling you he's like, "I'm drunk," it's just like, all right.
It's like when someone tells you with all due respect and then they disrespect the fuck out of you. That's what Dan does. I'm
Dan's
drunk.
like, don't blame me for anything that happens
Exactly.
after this.
None of this is my fault.
It's my morning label.
Yeah. This is Donald, my drunk.
But I don't get crazy. I just
No,
suck
not
at
too
volleyball.
What is your drunk alter ego name? You gotta have a name.
Freaking bushes.
Bushes.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Recap to
Yeah.
a previous episode from years ago.
Yeah.
But,
we don't do anything too crazy except for New Year's past year.
You were pretty drunk.
Oh, that was
I was ready to kill you.
And
Dude, I'm gonna elbow you in the face.
Dude.
Then I will reciprocate with an elbow of my own.
Tyler's like, it's not worth it, Ben. It's calm down.
Calm down.
I was like, I'm gonna go punch him with the
Well,
face.
if it wasn't you, Rachel was going to because you were yelling at Kenley. So what somebody was about to punch Dan in the face. But
That was a good time.
no, so it didn't get to that level. Except you did sabotage our volleyball team,
Yeah, he did.
which is very
Not on
upsetting.
purpose. I was
That's
actually trying.
Normal Dan though.
Well, I'll say this. So we have a volleyball net in the pool, and we had a friendly game going 4-on-4. Everybody's having a good time. Except that did feels like 5-on-3 with Dan, as
I was just
Dan
trying
was
to
the
tap it.
MVP of the other team. Of the other team.
I was just trying to tap it and it would just go over.
Dude, you would hit like
Or be
backwards
to me.
Yeah, no,
I had it once.
no. The one time Dan hit it, don't know how it happened, but and Ben kind of maybe described it. I think he's right. He tried to hit it so hard that he just got under it, and it backspun, and it went backwards.
By accident.
So he hit it and went backwards.
And I'm looking over the net like, where's this one going?
And then hits it in the fucking face. So Dan MVP of the other team, gives them all their points and her touchdowns.
To be fair, we were playing the deep end, a little more challenging.
For sure, but I always take the deep end myself just because I feel like we're superior athletes. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I would say our side was probably was the more athletic side.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We had us three and Ryan.
Yeah, we had the size.
I've run the bench in every sport I've played my entire life.
But still.
Not superior.
I would say, like, going back to high school,
so
gym class volleyball, like, not Dan's favorite. So.
No. But it's
I'm
all
not
good.
just not good at it. I don't know how to say
It happens. Listen, we had good times. We talked to Jake about coming on the pod. I'm gonna have to refresh you on that if you don't, since you
Well, I
don't
remember. We just
Okay.
he's gonna do a top 5, or is he actually doing?
We have to kind of discuss.
We were talking about season 2, but we just said fuck that and just had a more conversation.
Right. Because there's a lot to talk about. Still.
Yeah.
So we also talked to Kevin Kev. He has been on a while.
He wants to come back.
So we got to have all those.
I remember everything.
Okay.
I just
fair enough.
was fucked up.
No, but all in all, other than I mean, I wish I was just during this day. I'll be honest with you. We had a good time, good food, good people. We're swimming in the pool.
Yeah,
Life was good.
Heat stroke emergency.
No heat stroke this time.
Heat stroke. That pasta salad with the tortellini.
That was
fire.
Yeah, that was good.
I took like half of what you guys had.
And I appreciate it. I wish more people took more food home. We have so much food left.
No, I took like 5, 6 burgers, I think. I took like 8 dogs, like
yes,
2 pieces of chicken.
Good.
I would have taken more chicken, but you guys didn't have that much chicken left. So
again, we were trying to give some. We were trying to give it away.
Hot dog burn ends were fun.
The hot dog burn ends were one of my favorites. No, the pasta salad is funny. Me and Jake were talking, and I go, yeah, we called it an audible because in the recipe it actually calls for spiral pasta instead of the tortellini. And I was like, no, fuck that, we're on tortellini. And Jake goes, why? I go, because it has cheese in it. And Jake goes, dumb question. Sorry.
Dude, someone got
my bad.
Someone got pasta salad, and I was just like, is that fucking tortellinis? And they're like, yeah, dude, it's pasta salad. And I was just like, sorry, we were in the middle of a conversation, but not anymore. And I walked straight down. It was delicious.
We had a lot of sides. You know, you brought your famous buffalo chicken dip, which was fire.
Yeah, delicious.
Jake brought a crab pretzel, which was good. We had a bunch of chips.
7 people brought Cool Ranch Doritos.
I know, everyone. Everyone goes, I'll bring chips. Go, cool. Everyone brought Cool Ranch Doritos. Hilarious. We had a couple desserts. We had some brownies. We had some cookies. And then the burnt ends, which we discovered my mom discovered on TikTok and Pinterest or something like a month ago, and it's pretty delicious.
That's something we could also do at the tailgate.
It takes 5 seconds. It's so easy to make, and we always make it the night before and just heat it up the day of. So for the tailgate, super easy
just
to do.
Just 2 fucking pans of that shit. We don't really
Yeah, but it's money.
Yeah.
Also, had some pretty good drinks to them.
Well, and then the highlight.
Piece de resistance.
Yeah, the highlight, which I was most excited about, was the Adult CapriSuns.
And the number 1 culprit into why Dan.
And why Dan was drunk. So that's a good segue into our world favorite belligerent beverages. It's going to be a very quick one because all we're doing is the Adult CapriSuns.
It's a mini.
Mini ones.
I don't know if it's a review.
Well, I mean,
per se, it's just kind of going over like what you did.
Okay.
Do you have a recipe? Or?
Yeah, no. So it is a recipe. Here, actually.
You don't need to drop the secret recipe if you don't want
to. Yeah, we don't have to drop it, but
just
definitely have a recipe, and
you can go over both flavors and shit.
Yeah. So we hosted the 4th of July party, my family, and we did the Blue Lagoon, which is the blue one, and then we also did Adult CapriSun, which was like kind of reddish. And then we mixed it up for this one, so we kept the Blue Lagoon because that's the most favorite. But instead of grab your dick and twist it. But instead of the Adult CapriSun, we did just lemonade.
Lemonade. Which one was better to you, the red or
still
the
Blue
lemonade? Red or lemonade though?
Oh, lemonade's better than the red one, yeah, for sure.
I like the lemonade.
No, the lemonade was good.
Probably is the best.
Blue Lagoon's the best.
So when it all comes down to it, basically it's like kind of vodka, it's liqueur, it's fresh fruit that we cut up, and then lemonade in both of them actually. But the when we did the math, each pouch is about 15% alcohol content.
Sick.
Okay, so and again, you can see the pouches
15%.
on the thing. They're not a lot, And what's even more dangerous is like they taste they taste delicious.
They taste like there's nothing in there.
Right,
Yeah, bro.
which is
I got there. I was like, all right, I gotta get me one of these Adult CapriSuns. You've been talking about them.
Yeah.
I grabbed me a Blue Lagoon. I'm like, it's not even full. What the hell, Tyler? I get in the pool and
My
I'm
first comment as well.
Yeah, you guys do work for the company.
like, got in there.
Half air.
You work for the
Put the
freaking
straw
chip
in.
company.
Oh, this is really good. There's definitely alcohol in here, but it's masked up pretty well. Oh, it's gone. Oh, that's why they don't fill it up.
Because I'm a little tipsy right now.
I had the one. I was like, I can have a second one. I had the second one. I was like, let me slow play that third one.
Yeah, you have to slow play the third one, unlike somebody. No, you have.
I ended up with 4, but we were there for.
But
a
yeah,
good
if
time.
you spread it out, you're fine. But if you do 4 in like a 2-hour span
Yeah.
in the sun, you're done so.
I had 4 plus I had like a billion beers.
Right, so you're done so.
But I mean,
You're dumb, so.
I lasted the whole party.
You did, but you were definitely drunk in the middle until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Well, for the most part.
If me, that's your goal, then Mr.
Yeah,
Copper.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
That's and what you said was your intention.
Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
I score goals.
There you go. So no, this was now we're gonna do this for future parties and stuff. We're not gonna put it in the pouches though. The pouch is just kind of a fun little thing to be like,
Yeah,
hey, it's just
pouches
pretty
are
fun or
cool,
whatever.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna make like a big,
Pictures of
pictures
them.
of
It's a
it, pour a
good-
glass and go.
It's a good like party punch.
Absolutely.
You know what would make this? You know what would like to combo would be crazy? Like if Jet brought his slushy machine and you made a Blue Lagoon
That would
slushy.
be awesome.
That'd be fire.
Honestly, I would just take resealable pouches and fill it up with the slushy machine, and then still drink from the pouches.
There you go. You can do either one.
Just because of slushy on a hot ass day.
So I think if like
The
for
two
fantasy
I'm drinking-
weekend, I'm gonna bring like a couple like cooler things.
Gatorade.
Nice.
Gatorade Jovens.
Yes.
The 2 that
For
I drank at home, because I took like 6 of them back home with me. Well, he had like 12 left over, because I need to get rid of some of them. So I took 3 of each.
We made 40, and between the 17 people, we drank the whatever the number is. I think we drank like 30 between the 17 of us,
Yeah.
which is a good amount. Because I know some people didn't have any.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
But
We had
we're
80.
belligerent.
Or belligerent, yeah.
So.
So which one was your guys' favorite? Blue.
The Blue Lagoon was my
Blue
favorite,
Lagoon.
but they were both really good.
Yeah.
I like the lemonade as well. I had 2 of each.
So you can't go wrong.
Blue Lagoon is in the 9s for me.
There you go.
Lemonade is right on the cusp. It depending on how I feel, could go either way for me.
And I actually had 6 that day, because I took 6 of them home, put 2 of them in the freezer, and then pulled them out a couple hours later and had slushies. Delicious.
You smut.
And then I went and rinsed them all out, so I still have the resealable pouches at home.
Sick.
Nice. Some people did struggle with the straw.
Yeah, so I just put my
So,
I put
there's
my
a little-
straw through the loop right here, and then just cracked the
Yeah.
Ziploc open a little bit and put my straw right
There's
there.
supposed to be like a little
It was
hole in the
money.
front that you put it in.
Yeah, there's
I don't know if anybody can figure it out except for the moms. Like Emma and Rachel figured it out. Everybody was kind of struggling to the point where, and even I got my first one, but my second one, I was just like, I'm just tired. So I just opened the top and put it in.
Also,
You
if you
gotta-
have been drinking them, it's tough because the front you see the circle, but
That's
it
the other
doesn't punch through the front. Only through the back does it
Right.
punch
So
through.
you got to, there's a lot of times people were like,
There is-
"It's dead. It's dead. Everybody go in."
No hole. There's no hole in the front side.
Yeah, turn it over. Nincompoop.
Mine was like literally bending the straw, trying to poke it through the thin plastic piece on the hole. Because it's a little bit stronger than it needed to be.
Yeah.
Like, the regular Capri Suns is just a shitty piece of foil.
Right.
That's right over top. Like, that's like a heat-sealed piece of plastic, and I'm trying to stick a fucking shit straw through it, and it's like not going through.
Like nay.
But I mean, good
I'll give
thing
you credit though. You
because
did
I would
have
have
to
had
cut
like
off straws
7.
with the point though.
No, we did. Yeah.
I would have had 7 though if they didn't have child protective.
That's why they make them hard to get
Yes.
into.
So,
Facts.
so all in all, again, we talked about
Oh,
this.
successful party.
Anytime the crew can get together, it's a good time. In fact,
Kid-friendly.
Jordan, Pat, and then significant others, and I was 7th wheeling it. We went to Catonsville and did just kind of a bar hop from there.
Sick.
Did a old fashioned spot. I think I texted you guys kind of my rankings of the spots. In fact,
Yeah, there's a place I have to go to now. Evidently, you said they have a really good old
okay,
fashioned.
yeah. So hold on, I gotta pull.
So
the
I have to
place.
see if it's really that good, or
No, it
gauge
is.
on how drunk you were at the time you had it?
I actually wasn't really that drunk at all, but you gotta find it.
Speaking of good drinks,
Yeah, do that while
go out and buy Fresca. To all of our thousands of listeners out there, go out and buy Fresca.
This
amazing.
episode brought to you by
Fresca.
Fresca.
Also
Sparkling
brought to you
soda
by the
water.
sound of music and the Dodgers starting pitcher.
Established in 1966. It is a sparkling soda water of Belligerent. Thank you, Fresca.
Oh, yeah, I'm scrolling back and now I see where you guys said you would have the ice cream hot dog. You psychopaths.
What, ice cream hot dog?
Yeah, I sent you guys.
I
I
thought it was like
said
a sour cream hot dog.
no hot dog. Oh, it's cream cheese.
Cream
Yeah.
cheese hot dog.
I thought it was ice cream. That makes way more sense. Cream cheese.
I wouldn't ruin my ice cream by putting.
That's why. Okay, no, that's why I sent. I wouldn't even have sent it to you guys if it was cream cheese. So my apologies.
Alright, cool, because I knew I wasn't going to eat that shit. Maybe that, like,
With-
ice cream shaped as a hot dog, I'm all in.
I've had like a vanilla milkshake with bacon in it before, and that was okay.
That was
But I would
fine,
never
that's fine,
put-
actually.
I would never put hot dogs in my.
I agree with that as well.
Okay, yeah. So the place.
The burnt ends you made is probably about as classy as a hot dog gets.
Nice. No, so I want to give a big shout out to the Belmont, which is in on Main Street in Kingsville. Had the best old fashioned I've ever had in my life. So one,
Oh, shit.
That's
number one.
really
number one. It's the number one old fashioned I've ever had in my
And you
life.
just had it?
But I just had it
Like on Saturday?
on Saturday.
What?
Yes. Now it's also a cool presentation. They give you the cubed ice, and then they burn in a bee on the ice cube, like bee for Belmont. So which is pretty badass.
pretty cool.
And again,
when I go, it'll be a B for Ben. So
There you go.
Alright, now,
Alright.
is this a judged up score? Because
So
you got overwhelmed with the fucking
No,
burnt
I mean,
ice cube?
listen. Like, I'll tell you what. Pat actually had it before me, like on another experience, and sliced it up. And Pat was right; it delivered. So like, this is
Okay.
not just me. Like
all right, gives me even more hope.
for sure.
The
And
burnt ice cube's pretty cool.
I'll tell you, the bartender was kind of cute, and she had the music going. She had like '90s R&B
What was
going.
his name?
Her name already said she. You can't use my joke against me. I already used the female pronoun.
Nowadays, you could go by both.
but
Who was?
she doesn't. But
Sure, he doesn't.
What the best part about Belmont, keep this in mind, after 10 o'clock, all cocktails half price.
What?
What?
So I got 2 cocktails, each one was like $8. Yeah,
The best old fashions you've ever had
After 10
for
o'clock.
half price.
half price.
How long are they open?
Till midnight. So 10 to
You said till
12.
noon. I was like, yo,
Dude,
10 to noon, let's go.
Turn it up, boy.
10 to 12, half price cocktails. And Belmont delivered.
Good food too?
Didn't have any food there. I didn't eat any food on this trip because I ate so much at my party.
Oh, yeah.
But the rest of the guys, they ate at GL Shacks. That's where they started.
GL Shacks is
Yeah,
good.
yep. Lisa was working, so it was cool times.
Yeah, Jordan said, he was like, wait, you're Lisa? He goes, she goes, yeah, do we know each other? He goes, you're going to know exactly who, like, once I tell you my name, you're going to be like, oh my God. And he gives his name. She goes, oh my God, I'm Jordan, how you doing?
There you go. That sounds alright.
Yeah.
So we can't go anywhere. We can't go anywhere.
No.
So, yeah, let's pop those up. Let's drink those while we talk
Oh,
about.
so
Yeah, it's not really important. So that's
We
that's
never
the end of our
tried.
quasi belligerent beverages because
Yeah.
it's not really belligerent beverages.
The
But-
Belmont, not the Belmont. I thought you said Belmont.
No L, no L.
Belmont.
Belmont.
Oh,
I heard Belmont as well.
Belmont.
Belmont.
I
Okay.
mean, we don't have cups or straws, guys. We didn't think this one all the way through.
Just drink it.
All right, well, I'll have the Blue Lagoon. You guys can split the lemonade.
Oh,
You know the
man.
lemonade.
Sorry.
Trust me, I've had enough.
You can have you can have some Blue Lagoon as
So
well.
it's gonna look like this. Here you go. Nope, there's holes there. That's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's set it up.
No.
I
Fail.
hate you so much.
Fail.
A little fail. Not like definitely drippage.
Watch. I got 50.
Just spiral it. It's pretty good.
Hercules.
Yes. All right. Use pencils.
I'll use those
See
glasses.
if I can get a little lead poisoning.
Okay. Here, toss that over. I'll take lead poisoning.
This one. I had a perfect throw with the paper towel.
I know, so I'm gonna
stab
judge
you
it.
right in the eye.
That was good.
Yo, if
Right in the bucket.
that shit stabbed him in the eye with that loft, I would have just been like, yo, the universe is against you.
Well, it's kind of like how straws allegedly kill turtles.
Yeah, dude. It literally swims
Yeah,
right up
basically,
their nose.
I mean, this is how you drink CapriSuns when you don't have a straw, when it fell off the back of it.
I always thought that it was more so the 6-pack plastic rings where
Yeah, that makes more sense.
turtles get caught in there. And
I
then they
can
grow.
join that movement. I
I've
cannot
always-
join
I've
the
always
plastic
been
straw
on
movement.
that. I've never been on the
That's the way I do it.
straw.
Mhm.
I've had it. Paper straws
good.
don't work anyway.
So good.
Paper
All right.
straws are the worst.
So we have a little Tinsel
Go out and buy a
Town
little
Tangents.
straw, everyone. Get your own straw
All right, so
Here's straw.
that you can wash.
this has been kind of an odd episode. We had a long intro and a weird Blizzard beverages.
Well, do we want to give scores of this real quick?
Yeah, let's get scores. All right.
You can do both at the same time.
All right. Do I want to do like a comp, like an average, or just one of each?
No, I don't
I got
think
you, I got
Blue Lagoon doesn't deserve
I hear what you're saying.
what you
All
like.
right, Blue Lagoon is a 9.4, Lemonade's a 9.0. Lemonade's just a little more tart, Blue Lagoon a little sweeter. Both get you drunk, both taste delicious, both drink with caution, and you'll have a really good day.
Adult CapriSuns, 9.9.
There you go.
They're awesome.
There you go.
Oh, any flavor?
Any flavor.
Any flavor. all right.
Drinking it out of a pouch, dude, it's awesome. It flashes back to a kid, but adults it up for you.
I'm going the exact same score as Tyler. 9.4 Blue Lagoon, aka Blue Raspberry, fucking Blue Popsicle. When you're a kid, fucking blue is my favorite flavor.
I had a blue raspberry mixed with cherry Slurpee today from 7-Eleven. Delicious.
Fire.
My nephew got the same thing before I even did. I'm like, we're definitely related, kid. You're going places.
Lemon nugget.
You're gonna have a mildly successful podcast in 20 years.
Lemonade's bomb too, though.
He grew up with it. It'll be a little bit more successful.
Woo! Oh man, that's funny. Okay. All right, now the main thing that we're talking about today, the crux of the show, is we have a very important Tinsel Town Tangent, and we're having an even probably bigger one next week. This is one of the more kind of crazier entertainment weeks I can remember in a long time, where we're talking about anticipated movies, franchises, just Mac Daddy stuff happening in a very short window.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things, so the two shows we're going to talk about today are, like I said, both franchises are Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, and then the Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan Season 4 on Prime. Okay? Series finale, allegedly. Probably. But allegedly. And then next week, we have, like I said, I think even bigger, and we're going to be doing Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Yeah, dude. Episode 122. Barbenheimer.
Barbie Dimer.
Not Barbie Diaper, Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
Yes. So, which one do you get?
And Oppenheimer's world.
In a what world?
An Oppenheimer world.
Where everyone's dead. They're on fire.
Episode 121. We're on this episode.
We're on this episode.
We'll find tune the song for next week.
Which one do you guys want to do first? Any preference?
I think Jack Ryan.
I think that's probably the better movie.
Start with the TV show and with the movie.
Yeah, that's what we call wisdom right there. So, okay, Jack Ryan, Season 4. So, this one was, I think, my favorite of the 4 seasons, and I don't say that lightly. I really, really enjoyed this. Part of the reason I enjoyed this so much is they had one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood.
Oh, he's one of my
Michael Pena.
favorite.
Yeah, Michael Pena.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite actors, and he was in this show. Now, I'll caveat though that with this is my only nitpick bad thing I'm going to say about the show. Otherwise, I really enjoyed the season. I felt they didn't let him quote unquote cook enough, especially in the earlier episodes. His writing and script was very kind of generic. Like, I wanted more Michael Pena, and I felt like I kind of generic, just kind of lines. And I rewatched the first 2 episodes just to make sure I wasn't crazy, and they definitely limited him. I felt, with the writing.
He's supposed to be like a fucking kind of.
Supposed to be like a badass contractor motherfucker.
Yeah. Also, wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
kill somebody though.
I wanted him to be a little more crazy and kind of
maybe like
you know,
off the rails.
Yeah, kind of.
It felt like he fell in check, like fell in order,
way too
real
easily.
easily.
Yes.
Like I wanted to think throughout the show, like, is he a bad guy? Is he gonna fuck some shit up?
I wanted a point
Like,
where
have
like
the
Jack
question,
Ryan had
like-
like pull him back or something.
Yeah.
And that never really
Well,
happened.
I didn't have the
Yeah.
question like like as soon as I saw him, like, man, I hope he's a good guy, I hope he's a great character,
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
this stuff. But you didn't really have that question for long. It's like, whose side is he on? What's
It was,
he gonna
it
do?
was very quick
It was
where
very-
they
yeah.
set him in.
Well, they've changed it a little bit as opposed to like the books, because Domingo Chavez is like is in the Ryan verse already, but kind of different. He's like,
And I'm going to lean on you for this because I have not read a single book.
so Without Remorse, the Michael B. Jordan movie that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, I did, yes.
All right, well, that character's name is John Clark. That's also a Tom Clancy.
Okay.
John Clark
Oh, I think I did see that. Okay.
is Rainbow Six.
Okay.
So, Without Remorse is the prequel to Rainbow Six, and Rainbow Six is coming out with Michael B. Jordan as
Nice.
John Clark,
Okay.
right? John Clark in the books is bodyguard to Jack Ryan when he's in Senate or when he's on
That would
the
be
Hill.
awesome.
But Domingo Chavez is John Clark, Michael B. Jordan's like protege, like his mentor. Michael B. Jordan is Michael Pena's mentor in the Tom Clancy novels, and his father-in-law. Like Michael Pena marries Michael B. Jordan's daughter in the books, so it's kind of separate because they're older than Jack Ryan. Like Jack Ryan and Michael Pena are the similar age, but Michael B. Jordan's character John Clark is much older. That's why you see in older movies John Clark is Samuel L. Jackson in like 3 of the movies, I believe.
I don't think I've seen any of those movies.
What? Is it Samuel L. Jackson?
Or
Double check that. But we'll keep kind of talking while you're looking that up. Now, again, he did get better towards the end.
sorry,
Is that
he
right?
was William Dafoe and Liev Schreiber.
Gotcha.
That
William
is-
Dafoe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because when I think of those two, I definitely think of Samuel L. Jackson.
Hold on, but
I
I'm
think
trying
you're
to figure
thinking of
out.
like
Trying to figure out. Oh,
Die Hard or something.
I'm sorry. Samuel L. Jackson is fucking James Greer in the original movies.
Gotcha. James Greer.
Yeah.
Another awesome
That's on me.
character.
That's on me.
So no worries. So
Well, I
yes,
like that
the addition of Michael
actor
Pena, was awesome.
Yeah.
Again, I just wish they let him kind of do a little bit more in the beginning.
Yeah.
Towards the end, it wasn't that big of a factor. To me, it was hardly,
he had,
hardly
like-
noticeable.
He's a good actor with great range.
Phenomenal.
I think I like
Yes.
him best as doing comedy roles.
Dude, think about
But
him in like
it's-
Training Day, where he's part of the gang, and like you're literally scared of him.
He's in Shooter as well, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is a shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Shooter in a long time.
Comic relief guy.
I think the last scene of Shooter is one of my favorite scenes because he's sitting in the back corner of the senator's office and Mark Wahlberg takes his rifle and he's like, "Do you trust me? Do you trust me with your life?" And Michael Pena's just like, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do." Click.
It's great.
I take out my fire pin every time I leave my house.
Yeah, and then
Ant-Man. Obviously.
kills
Ant-Man.
like this.
He's
the
funny as
comedy.
shit.
Yeah, he's so funny,
He's the
man.
best in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite character that he plays. Is like that type of character. When he's so funny.
He's got the
but
best
he
kills
has a
in
great range.
he's got the best kills in all the season. Every single season, he has like the 3 or 4 best kills though. Like he fucking.
No, he's
And I
legit.
love his interrogating people. That was
the
awesome.
Saran wrap
Yeah.
was
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, we don't want to get more details than that. But like, you can tell the CIA guys were like,
Oh,
no,
shit.
don't fuck with this guy.
So that was one of the things they did like give him. So we had a little something.
Right.
going.
So I'm saying, but that wasn't until like episode 3 or 4. Like again, it took halfway through the season
So
to like get to
I
it.
get what you're saying, but like I kind of got that with like how quick he was to like do things. Like Jack Ryan, you see sits back and is just like, all right, am I gonna do this? And this
It's
guy's
just
just like,
easy.
all
Yeah,
right,
he didn't
let's-
hesitate.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
this
was like,
guy's
this
like,
is
boom, back
the
to the guy.
situation. This is what needs to be done, and he would do
Yes.
it. I get, yeah.
No, and one of
He'll
the
die
things.
in 1 minute.
No, so, and one of my complaints about season 3 was I didn't like Elizabeth Wright, her character, I didn't like the way that, I don't know, I just didn't vibe with her, but I liked her way more in this season.
They also kind of backed off on her.
They did. They made her much more like she's on Jack Ryan's side instead of always play by the rules, climbing the ladder, trying to be the boss, play the game. Like, instead of just being that thing, you're right. They definitely made her a little more like, all right, they're on the same team. She's still playing the role because she has to be. They need someone on their team to be the director in order to do their shit. But they didn't make her seem like a complete.
This is my favorite.
She wasn't just a buzzkill the whole
exactly, which she was season 3.
Like just a buzzkill.
She was a huge buzzkill season 3.
This is my favorite Jack Ryan team though.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yes.
Mike November.
So
Chavez.
Yes.
When they were on the bridge in that last episode, and the 4 of them are just with handguns charging around, you're all dead. These guys are bamps. I got so fired up. I go, these other guys got these giant machines. I go, don't fuck with these 4. Yeah. This is the Fantastic Four. This is the real Fantastic Four. Even though John Krasinski might be in the Fantastic Four, but this is the real Fantastic Four. And they were just, like I said, just they were fucking bamps. Like James Greer for a fat old guy, still bamf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't fuck with him.
He got his new heart valve, baby. He's good.
Dude, when he got again, I don't want to get too much away, but there was a scene where he probably should have died, and then he survived, and then a week later, hunts down the guy and busted his office.
When that happens though, he freaking boom and hits him in the knee a little bit.
Yes.
With the freaking slickety slice.
Yes. It's also great because I'm watching Suits right now, so I'm just like, damn, Robert Zane's fucking shit. He's like, fuck the lawyer office.
Yes.
Fuck the name on the wall and being a partner. I'm out here to fuck people up.
Fuck Robert Zane. I'm fucking James Greer, bitch.
And I want to overcat, but Mike November's another great character.
Yes.
Awesome.
If Michael Pena wasn't in this season, Mike November's my favorite.
Every time he comes in,
he's my second favorite.
He was my favorite. He was one of my favorite parts of season 3.
Right.
It was one of my favorite parts of season 4. Whenever he hops back in, I go, "It's go time. Shit's about to get real."
He has great lines, great scenes.
Lines, and
he's the fly the chop
when he busts in and breaks up the meeting, or when he goes, "I love the fidelity." He goes, "Is this your favorite job?" 4th.
He was like, "I've always wanted to be a federale."
Yeah, that's right.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? CIA was 2nd? 4th.
Or when he goes to the whorehouse to get the information, because I've been here a bunch of times actually.
This doesn't seem like a hotel.
So great. No, it was beautiful. So the casting was good. All the characters were great.
Oh yeah.
Even the one of the things that makes it, again, one of the favorite things for me is I really like the plot. It was a little complicated at the beginning because they had a bunch of different pieces, but it tied together real nicely, and
so
they did a good job.
I was doing a few other things, and I was watching it, and I'm like, this is a mistake. You have to sit down and focus on the show, man.
You definitely got to focus.
Dude, what are you talking
the
about?
whole thing, I'm like, Alexa, rewind 2 minutes. Alexa, rewind 5 minutes.
Alexa, start from the beginning.
Restart episode.
Alexa, who's Jack Ryan? No, you definitely got to pay
all my
attention.
rewinds, it finished exactly at 12 o'clock when I had to go to work.
And the one guy who I thought was going to be the bad guy, who they kind of was worked with. Again, I don't want to give too much away. I liked him a lot more once he started kind of working with them. You know what I'm talking about? And the one who I don't want to give away too much. But,
dude, this season threw me for a loop a couple times.
Yeah,
I thought they just threw that one guy in there for just being like they need to get their fucking woke quota in.
For sure.
Sometimes I'm like,
right?
okay, cool.
Sure.
I've heard this guy's name, but what does he do exactly again? And why is he important?
Yes.
And I'm like, pay attention, Ben.
Pay attention. So that was cool. I'd say one of my favorite. Now you mentioned the saran wrap scene, which was really cool. One of my more favorite scenes was towards the end. The torture scenes were legit.
Oh,
that was sweet.
I felt that shit.
That was
sweet. And again, I'm not going to give a name, but the actor who was being tortured delivered. With the facial expressions and what they were going through, I felt that shit.
Yeah.
He's
Now,
like a regular old Pat.
And I when they were doing this stuff, I was like, damn. Oh, that was I was totally immersed in what was going on, and that's very hard for a TV show to do. You know what I mean? Because usually you're sitting in your living room, and like Ben said, you're thinking about other things. So it's hard for a TV show to get you that engaged, that immersed.
It was kind of really similar to Ramsey Bolton torturing Reek. In my mind, where those were very in my.
I still felt this one more.
Really?
But I hear what you're saying, because that was more psychological. I felt the pain more in this one. And maybe it's just because of the type of torture, maybe.
Sure. He did cut off his penis.
Right, so it's hard for me to kind of get to there, but I can get to everything else they did to him, because it was kind of normal shit.
Because fucking ripped his fingernail.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks.
There's no bueno.
But
Like we talked about.
There's a
Boiling
lethal
water
weapon
salt
kind of
sucks.
flashback in this one.
Wait, I missed it.
Just from one of the torture scenes with Mel Gibson.
I got you.
yeah.
I got you.
Look
that
for
made
all
me
the
think
Easter
about
eggs,
that.
people.
I also love the ending, like the last speech given by Jack Ryan Krasinski, where he's in front of Congress. Because for me, like again, I'm gonna kind of
What a crazy scene!
I'm gonna cook a little bit. Just give me 30 seconds. I love this country. I'm a history major. I love history. I love politics. I love all that stuff. But I'm so just give me some rope here. But I'm so distasteful towards our current system and our current people and our current everything. So when Jack Ryan is up there hammering the people and saying like, America needs better, you guys suck donkey dick, fuck all you, fuck, I'm the best, and then storms out, I was fucking fired up because I go, I want to say this to these people. And I know so many other people, so like, I felt there's a lot of like Jack Ryan speaking for the American people, not even just in that show, but just in general. So I love that scene again, not so much just for like the show, but just for a personal thing. So again, that's all I want to say.
The idea of Jack Ryan, I wish, was a person who was running for president.
Yeah.
Like what he said was exactly what every politician should strive for.
Right. And then when he calls them out and has the documents why they're all scumbags, like it's beautiful. It's great. So that's
But everyone's only up for re-election.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
Which is part of the scumbag shitness. So, do you guys have anything else you want to add?
Right, shit. Greer calls out Elizabeth Wright because he thinks she's only after getting reelected.
Right. Yeah.
So
It was the only time where it was kind of an iffy if she was on the squad or not.
Yeah.
But other than that, she obviously backed him up.
Yeah.
Through many situations.
Yeah.
So.
Only other thing I have to say is just talking about James Greer. He had one line that I fucking loved it.
All right,
And he tells the guy, "Why don't you reach into that Cracker Jack box of yours and pull out the fucking Dakota ring?" I was like, "Oh my god, that's so fucking awesome."
That is a throwback.
Why did he say that?
Yeah, we gotta remind me. What was the scene that he said that in?
They were trying to break the codes with the guy who stabbed him on the bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was in the.
They were in the room.
Yeah, and he showed
It was
him
in-
and he showed him the pictures.
Yeah. He said, "Why don't you reach into the Cracker Jack box and pull out that fucking Dakota ring?"
By the way, that's only something somebody as old as Jay Greer would say. Somebody as old as us to understand.
Yes.
Also, his scene when he finally catches the guy from on the bridge before he's interrogating him, and he's like they finally get him, they raid his house and whatever,
Yeah.
and he gets them right in front of him, and he starts like freaking beating the shit out of him because of repercussions from what happened the previous episode. I'm like, good looks.
Good looks.
Good shit, Jimmy.
Yes. So.
Because that's what we would do if shit motherfuckers come at your fucking family and shit, right?
Faux show. All right. So all in all, I think you can tell the boys like the show. Now it depends how much did we like the show.
And I thought with 6 episodes, I thought it was really good too.
I wanted more than
I wanted more, but too much more, and it would have been too much.
Maybe.
All of the rest of the seasons were 8. They could have done 2 more episodes.
Maybe they could have, but
They
this was
could-
a more complicated season, I think.
You could have had like another evil family to it or something and kind of taken them out. Like you could have.
They
could
could have
have
added
stuff.
more, but I think it was good with what they had.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want them to add more just to add more.
What I do want more though is I want more seasons. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
The
I
fact
want
that
more
it's a series
stories, I want
finale
more
is a little
seasons,
disheartening.
I'm saying with this story, if the 6 episodes work really well.
So I hope
in the books, Jack Ryan goes from TFAD analyst or CIA analyst all the way up to fucking POTUS.
POTUS, yeah.
So there's a lot of fucking room in between there.
I don't know what the plan is. I mean, I know what the current plan is. I hope they don't follow through on that and they keep going.
If they do a season 5, it should be after Rainbow Six movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Do you know when that's out?
No, but it's kind of fucking awesome. And Rainbow Six is the fucking video game.
I mean, that's where I knew Tom Clancy from the most was the
video games. I didn't even know he had books until I was older.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some scores.
Yeah, let's do some scores. Yeah, well, we'll do some more research to figure out when it's going to happen or not.
We'll figure this out.
Anyway, so all right, scores. This is one of my favorite shows of the year. One of my favorite seasons it's one of my favorite shows in the last recent years. It's my favorite season of the show. One of my favorite seasons of the year by far. I really enjoyed it. Again, my one little nitpick, I wish they did a little better job writing from Pena, gave a little more room to cook. I did also have a little quarrel with, again, this is super minor, but the character that got tortured was kind of back in action pretty quickly after being kind of fucked up, but well, again, whatever. It happens.
Movie magic.
Movie magic, that's right. You know?
Plot armor, baby.
That's right.
Plot
That's
armor.
right. Yes. So, but other than that, there's really not much to like. Even the things that I didn't like season 3, I felt they corrected for my personal taste with some character arc development. Trying to figure out how high I want to go, but I'm going to go pretty high. I'm going to go 5.4 out of 6 buttery popcorns.
Okay.
Amazon's been kind of fucking crushing it.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a 5.2 for me, which is a big jump from last season, what I had. To me, it's right there. Like, I enjoyed this and Bear for obviously 2 totally different reasons, but I put them on par with like 2 great shows. So a 5.2 for me.
Do you know what I gave the last?
I do. Do you want to know, or you just want to give your score?
I do want to know. Just 5 flat. Oh, sweet. 5.3.
Okay.
Going right in between you two.
Tyler was a
That's
5.1. I was a 4.6 last season.
Okay.
Last season, even though my 3rd favorite character in the whole series is in there, which I love. I'm a big James Cosmo fan, and fucking Joe Grishchenkov.
I had some issues with the story, with the plot in season 3, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But tomato.
All right.
So, all right. Next,
season, we hope we get more.
Hopefully. All right. Next, we're gonna move on to Mission Impossible:
Superhero.
Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Thank you, Tom.
Which is one of the more anticipated movies in a long time.
Fucking 2 hours and 43 minutes for fucking part 1, dude.
I wanted 9 hours and 43 minutes. I wanted all the minutes. I could not take any. I could not accept any more. I could just gouge myself in this.
It was awesome.
No, so this was a movie that was impacted greatly by COVID. It was supposed to come out a while ago, just like Top Gun was, which is both of Tom Cruise's big movies. Tom Cruise is the legend. You know what I mean? Just this movie was so anticipated, talked about so much, especially the stunts and things like that. Obviously, everybody knows the stunt that he did, where he jumps off the cliff. It was talked about for months and months, where he did about 3,000 free dives and a bunch of other stuff just to get ready for that scene.
The scene is like the cover of the poster.
Yeah, it's
movie. It's literally the movie poster.
It was in the trailer. It was a big part of it. It's hard for a movie to deliver on the hype, and for me, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 absolutely delivered.
I kind of think every Mission Impossible since the 4th one has lived up to that.
They're so good.
Once technology got to where it needed to be for the Mission Impossible, what it was, the first 3 are kind of whatever, but that's because their mind wasn't even thinking of the shit that you could do technology wise. Like the 6th one where he free climbs with magnetic gloves, the Burj Khalifa.
That was in.
They weren't thinking that in the second. They weren't thinking that at all in the second movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was. I think it was actually the 4th one that was in. The where he's climbing the tower in Dubai.
And he jump and rise the wind current in the fucking...
That was...
Those stunts are all cool, but let's be real. We all know what the coolest thing to ever happen in Mission Impossible was.
Lay it on me.
And that's the cocking of the fists.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's one of the coolest fucking things ever.
Yeah, so that happened in Fallout, what you're talking about, Ben. Ghost Protocol, which is number 5, which is what you're talking about, Dan.
Ghost Protocol is probably one of my favorites.
Ghost Protocol is pretty good. We all can agree Mission Impossible 2 is the worst.
Yes.
So that's the worst one. Mission Impossible 3 to me has the best villain. Had one of the best villains in Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So there's that. Okay, so Dead Reckoning. Oh man, there's so much to talk about with this. So one, I think the addition of Haley Atwell was seamless. I thought she crushed it. She was Grace. She was awesome. You got to have a strong female lead in this movie. Rebecca Ferguson has been that the last couple of movies. Vanessa Kirby's had spot appearances here and there. But I thought Haley Atwell just it just meshed, just worked for me.
She kind of annoyed me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Her first couple scenes where she sucked at everything.
I'm talking about she stole the key. She beat Tom in the first scene.
I'm talking about where she's literally causing them to continue to be in shittier situations with her driving.
Oh, the driving,
her
sure.
Inconvenience.
Well, they're handcuffed.
She's super inconvenient. I mean,
she drives like a woman. What can we expect?
Chill.
And we just went from 1,000+ viewers
to 2,000. More people joined. No, it was very obvious they were trying to make her be a bad driver on purpose.
I guess,
but she was really good at everything.
It also was a very difficult car to drive in the
handcuffed.
I was also just annoyed with how she just kept trying to get away when, she didn't realize how much danger. No, she before she realized she was in danger, she kept trying to skirt Tom Cruise because she just wanted to get the keys and get away.
Because remember,
until seriousness happened on her, and she was like, "Oh fuck, this is actually serious."
But remember, the reason she didn't skirt Tom at the beginning is because when she was given her mission, she was told about Tom, so she wasn't scared of Tom to begin with. When they met, when he was pretending to be the lawyer.
Yes, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So there was no reason for her to skirt Tom. Get away from him.
Yeah, except for she kept skirting him the entire first third of the movie because she didn't realize the
other people
were chasing them.
Right.
She's not scared of
that was unknown to her.
She's not scared of anyone currently because she was
I'm shocked you said she didn't annoy you. Those are strong words.
During the movie, he's like, I wish she was the one that died.
No way.
It was annoying the way that they wrote her to be inconveniencing Tom this entire time. For the first third of the movie, and then after Tom saves her, and she realizes, oh fuck, I'm in over my head. Then she helps him out. She starts helping him out and becomes cool.
The same thing you say about Paula, what's her face in the first couple in Fallout, because she kept actually screwing up.
Both can be true.
But man,
I
guess you're the tiebreaker. Dan hates Haley Atwell, Grace. So where do you land on Grace?
I mean, I liked her. I definitely wasn't feeling oh my god, she was amazing like you were.
I definitely felt that.
But
especially towards the end.
She's good. She's a good actress. I like her in general.
I know she's a good actress. Haley Atwell, I'm saying that I like the character Grace and the fact that she, again, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but she did. No, I'm not even gonna say it. But at the end, there's a big moment with her.
Yes, I would say the ending with her is my favorite. Is definitely the best.
Yeah, for sure.
When she starts, I mean, I don't want to. Yeah,
we're not giving spoilers. We're not giving up the ending.
No,
I'm not. That's why I said I don't want to give.
My thing doesn't even really give up the ending, but it kind of. Yeah, I will say.
That's fine.
But yeah,
she had a big shit. There's a big moment for her at the end, which makes her
I think
even
it's
bigger.
character growth, but I think that when you can be frustrated with her character early on and then like her more at the end, that says a lot more.
I never was frustrated with her.
That says a lot more for the actress and the writing of it and the development of that character.
I was frustrated with her early on, but then I liked her at the second.
I saw the movie. I've seen the movie 3 times.
Holy shit!
So yeah,
I
had a screening for it. Then I saw it by myself.
8.5 hours.
Yeah, and all of it was glorious.
It was just 8.5 hours.
And all of it was glorious. So again, I had my screening for it. Then I saw it by myself. Then I saw it by my mom and sister. So no, and but I really like Grace the character. Again, it was weird. Again, and this is the beauty of it. You know what I mean? You can kind of vibe with the person right away or not.
Did you stay for the extra credit scene?
There is no extra credit scene.
How's the trap?
You
passed.
It's a trap.
But I actually, it's funny. As I was leaving the third one, which was my mom and dad, people were waiting, and I literally go, "There's nothing," and I left.
I do that sometimes too.
Literally, you don't need to wait, and then I walked out. I don't know if people listen to me or not.
Dude, my dad used to be the second.
Marvel has gotten everyone to just hang out after movies.
Gross.
Why is it gross?
My dad used to be the one that read the credits to see who was in what movies back in the day.
Yeah, because they didn't have IMDb and you couldn't just look it up.
Yes, you did. You had the internet when we were in freaking high school.
Yeah, but you still.
What are you talking about?
Like at the end of movies, when the credits rolling.
Yeah.
My dad was the guy who used to sit there and read all the credits to see.
How in the world is he a gazillion words?
I don't know, man. He's Asian.
Okay.
you can still get the cast in.
Yeah,
so you read the first 5, and then you don't need to read anything else anymore. But you're good.
My dad sits there for the 80th person. He's like, "Oh, dude, I recognize him."
No,
I'm
you
like,
don't.
"Shut the fuck up!"
Also,
no, you don't.
No, you don't. Lie.
No, you didn't.
Calling shenanigans.
That's not me, Dad. That's another Dan Smith.
I'll say so. Kind of moving past. Great. So I kind of want to emphasize that, but I'm glad I did because we're on different sides of this. I'm curious how you guys feel about the villain in this, Gabriel / his partner. I really enjoyed the villain. I think it actually is prevalent today, basically, which is partially why I enjoyed it. Yes, he was in the very first one. So Gabriel's in the very first Mission Impossible.
So I didn't reckon. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, he wasn't like. Yeah, so there's no reason for you to recognize him, and there is no like. You don't need to see the first one to understand Gabriel.
No.
In this one, really, to be honest with you.
The flashback scene explains everything.
Exactly. So, but I really liked this villain. It was a little scary because again, it's a prevalent topic villain.
I like the idea of the concept of what that was.
Mm-hmm.
That the villain was hired by the entity.
Yeah, the entity.
Which
we'll just name it. The villain's called the entity, but you have to see what it is.
They don't know what the entity is, right? So
correct.
That's cool
mm-hmm.
in terms of I've never even thought of that happening, but it's like if you are that,
you're the entity,
right? And you have access essentially to everything, right?
Yep.
Why wouldn't you pick the most brutalest, nastiest person
who is willing to just blow up the world,
right?
essentially?
And then be like, all right,
you're it.
You're my freaking. You're like.
You're my prophet.
You're the Silver Surfer.
I'm Messiah. You're my prophet.
It's kind of like iRobot to the next fucking level.
It was almost like
level.
The next, because
like next 9 levels.
It's tying anyone in, and
right?
Using shit against them and everything. It's
like
kind
even
of
like
just
Herald of Apocalypse, Silver Surfer.
So Vanessa Kirby's character, the White Widow, was a bimp in the previous movies, and she was humbled really fucking quick.
I love her.
Once Entity kind of like flexed a little bit on her,
mm-hmm.
and she was kind of like she called on like whoa, oh fuck. Like, and that was to me a big, especially again that club scene where they're all together.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it kind of clicked to me like, this thing is no fucking joke. Like, you kind of go, yeah, I kind of get what you're going with, but then when it's there in the club, you're like, yeah, no, fuck this thing.
When Gabriel explains, like, actually, this club is him,
exactly.
And then we realize that it's the same. I'm like,
yep.
oh.
And then when they leave, the club and they're running around, and the entity starts kind of fucking with them.
Yeah.
And shows, again, just kind of flexing a little bit, showing, here's what I can do.
Dude, it did that throughout the movie. Like,
it did.
The glasses in the airport.
Right, but that didn't mess with me as much, like, and maybe you can, like, when you started pretending to be Benji. Like, that kind of stuff.
See, I guess when I saw the previous stuff, to me, I automatically stopped trusting everything that happened.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Being like, you don't know when it's going to switch something up or what's going to happen
right.
going forward. And I kind of felt like, so when that stuff started happening, I'm like, now's when they wrote it in to start happening. Because like you knew that was coming. At least that's how I saw it.
Yeah, for
sure. It was just when were they going to implement that?
Mm-hmm. And they did.
The opening scene with the sub.
It was awesome. It was a great opening scene.
Oh.
Well,
I didn't
get to the whole part because I was still kind of waiting to see how they did it. But then obviously, once you saw what the entity could do, you're like, oh, this is very easy for them to do what they did to the sub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it didn't really hit, again, like I said, it obviously seemed like it clicked with you or a little earlier, Ben, than it did with me. But you just know, like, that's one of my favorite parts about this part one is this villain is legit as fuck. And now part two, how the hell are they going to beat it? Which is my thing. Dan, you talked about...
They're essentially fighting Ultron.
Essentially. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They're fighting Ultron. Yeah,
I was going to say Thanos, but it's really more Ultron.
Yeah, except they don't have superpowers. They just have Tom Cruise.
What? The ultimate superpower? The fuck? What are you talking about? Captain America?
They have the 90s.
Actual Captain America?
No, he's actually the 90s Iron Man.
He's actually 2020.
Have you seen
Captain America.
Have you seen like the GIF or whatever that goes around? And it's like if Marvel was in the 90s and it has everyone casted with all the superstars from that time and everything.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is.
Leo was Spider-Man because he was young.
That would be good.
Because he's
Who's
young.
Captain America again?
Tom.
No, I thought he was Iron Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought George was. It was Iron Man.
Maybe George would be Iron Man.
I thought George was Iron Man.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Someone with a little swag, like a lot of swag actually. So that would make more sense.
And Tom, coming off of Top Gun, would have definitely been.
But Tom's a little too like rogue because you have that cookie cutter, clean cut.
Yeah.
Maybe Brad Pitt was.
Brad Pitt was Captain America.
I don't know.
He
That's
has
a
to
good
serve
question.
I don't know. Now I'm blanking.
It doesn't matter.
That's true. It doesn't matter. I actually have to leave. So
Yeah, so-
we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
That's
Well, let's
my-
stop
that
getting
was
off
my
topic.
fault.
Let's.
No, so you
do
mentioned,
scores.
Dan, that it was 2 hours 46 minutes, which it was, but it was a quick one for me. Like I didn't feel like at any point I was like looking at my watch, like it was action packed from the jump. Something was always going on. I was never bored. I loved all the characters. I got super emotional. Again, I'm not gonna name. There was a fatality that got me emotional. I'm not gonna lie, and I was kind of like, "Fuck everybody."
I was blown.
Yeah, like I was sad. I was, but and
Especially because that person had some fucking sweet kills.
for sure,
Like
for
leading up to that moment,
yes,
sweet kills.
sweet kills. So, I can't speak enough about this movie. I loved it. It delivered for me on all aspects. Again, the way it was shot, the characters, the flow, the action, the storyline, the villain, everything to me worked. The car scene I thought was really good. I usually don't like car chase scenes, but the one they did in Rome, I thought was really cool.
I thought it was hilarious
Mhm.
when they
You know what's
got
fun? You go ahead.
the
Fiat,
yellow
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That was
So-
awesome.
Sorry, it's always a problem figuring these things out at first.
And then he's like talking about it, and she's like, "It's okay." So like you can tell, like it's funny. Some people did say it was the funniest Mission Impossible. I don't agree with that. I've seen some critics say that. Like I thought it was amusing, but it was not the funniest to
No.
me. I thought the ones with
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner Fallout was by
Yes.
far the funniest one to me. But no, definitely not this one. Like again, there are moments where you
What
chuckle.
about Part 2? When's that coming out? 2025?
It's 2025. Yeah.
Gross.
You gotta wait, bro.
Gross. Why not 2024?
They ain't ready, bro.
Why didn't they do a fucking Lord of the Rings and freaking tape them all at the same time?
Well, they did some parts at the same time.
Well, fuck
Well,
it.
not all of it.
All right. So he's got to leave. Let's do scores.
All right, let's do some scores.
This was awesome.
This might be my favorite movie of the year so far.
Bold.
Ooh.
which might only last a week. But this is my current number one of the movie of the year so
And
far.
that's going to last until Dune 2.
Yes, honestly. Every time I see a preview for it,
I'm
man, I
fucking
get
psyched.
so
I'm
fucking
so fucking psyched.
pumped. All right.
Scores.
I have no flaws in this thing, man.
You can't give it what you think you
I want to go there.
You got to bounce it down.
I'll bounce it down a little bit, but I'm gonna still bounce it to this. I'm gonna go 5.6 out of 6.
That's
I
crazy.
fucking love this movie.
You clearly do.
Like it, I've seen it 3 times. Loved it all 3 times. It's rewatchable. No flaws. There's nothing. There's a couple nitpicks as far as crazy things, but action movies are always gonna have nitpicks.
Yeah.
But all in all, spectacular. I loved it.
Tom Cruise has picture perfect running.
5.6. Yeah, picture perfect running form.
He was like, Tom Cruise runs like he learned from like a black and white old English movie that was like
That's hilarious.
perfect form how to run. It's equal 90-degree angles from opposite arm, opposite leg. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees.
That look good on the big screen.
And it's like some old
All right,
English soccer player in freaking black and white and some freaking.
I'm gonna give it a 5.3. I didn't like it as much as Tyler. Honestly, I think Tyler might have hyped up my score up points 1 or 0.2 than what I was originally thinking coming in. But yeah, 5.3.
I think it's good. I'm right there with you, Ben. 5.3. I had a slight issue with one of the characters at the beginning, but really it was just more of I just felt inconvenienced. Like how you know the outcome and you're watching it and you're like, why would you go to that door, idiot? You're clearly gonna die through that door. Like in horror
Yeah,
movies,
it was
and
like
shit.
it was just
it was-
inconveniencing people more than
It
anything.
was
It's
kind of inconvenienced, and
just like
it was just. But redemption, full redemption, love.
that's a good story and
Luther
great acting
and-
there.
Love Luther, love the other side characters, love the team, the Mission Impossible team. They're always fucking awesome to watch. him out hacking the entity a couple times was cool as shit. Just because he's a fucking badass hacker.
Times.
Oh, I mean, you only did a couple times with the entity. You know what I mean? You gotta make him count.
Yeah,
And he did. But yeah, 5.3. This was dope. Next week, baby. We ready for it.
It's gonna be big.
Barbenheimer.
No, so this, as you can tell, so guys, if you're listening to this, you gotta watch Mission Impossible. You gotta watch Jack Ryan, but you gotta do it in time because this upcoming weekend, you're gonna be very filled watching two of the bigger premiere movies that's coming out this summer, Barbie and Oppenheimer. We're gonna review those next week. We'll have a full-fledged show about it, along with just whatever else kind of happens throughout the week, and even probably a smaller belligerent beverages because we need to allot a lot of time to those movies.
Even if we even do have bevs,
Yeah, we might
those
not.
two might just take up
They might,
an
which
hour
is-
and a half.
And if you go see Mission Impossible, there's a good chance you're going to run into Tyler there.
Because I'm gonna see
You
my
might see
You're
it
probably
again.
going to see it 4 or 5 or
Probably
6
see it
times.
again.
So no, it was good. So do we have anything else we want to add, boys?
No, man,
We're
that's
gonna get
it.
on out of here. So
He's got it
please give us a like, share, and follow on all our social media stuff. You can find us on Twitter, Insta, and Facebook. You can follow the show, follow us individually. Please do both of those things. Also, if you head to YouTube, obviously you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Please let your family and friends know about us. We're still trying to grow. You know, we're trickling along. We can always get the more follows, more likes, all that good stuff.
We got some good stuff coming up though.
We do. So
Real good
please
stuff.
stay tuned. That's bottom line. So on that note, we're signing out. This is your boy T.Wade.
Benjamin Augustus.
And DannyMatt.
Keep living the dream.
Peace.